Hi, this is Annie, and I'm here with my second video tutorial of how to use MyFitnessPal, just going one step at a time as you start using it for the first time. And today I'm going to show you my favorite new feature. It's sort of new from the last time I used it anyway, and that feature is scanning in your food. So what you're going to do is grab your phone, get MyFitnessPal. It's going to come up with the just the home screen. And then you're going to hit that plus button at the bottom middle, that blue plus button, and add food. It's right here, the add food. Okay, and then it's going to ask you if you want to add breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or snack. So just pick whichever one it is. I'm going to add dinner because I'm going to give you a little demo using what we're having for dinner tonight. Okay, so this screen should come up. It'll have sort of your common foods that you normally eat. And then at the top, there's a search bar. If you look to the right of the search bar, there's a little symbol way on the right side that looks like the UPC code. So it's right here, okay? And then you're gonna just tap on that and it'll come up with a camera with a little square bar. So you're gonna get whatever you wanna have. So what I do is I kind of just get out everything that I'm gonna have for a meal, put it on the counter, and then scan it all in. Oh, that already got it. It's so easy to use. So here, we're having burgers tonight, so I'm gonna do sort of our stuff. So here's the back, the UPC code. I'm just gonna like hold it up until it gets it. Sometimes if it's in a bag, you might need to lay it flat or sort of zoom in and out. And there we go. This is classic hamburger buns, Trader Joe's brand. And then you notice sometimes these are not right. I would say 85% of the time they're right on. 5% of the time they're pretty close. And then like 5 to 10% they're just like wrong. So just take note. So example, this one is a little bit off. It says 150 calories. The package says 140. It says 29 grams of carbs. The package says 26. 2 grams of fat, that's right. 4 grams of protein, it should be 4. So I'll go back to what to do about that later in the video. But so just for now, just remember when you scan something, just notice if it's right or wrong. Just take like a brief pause to notice. I'm going to leave that for now. And do the rest of the stuff. So then it goes back to the screen. After you scan it in, you're going to hit under dinner or whatever meal it is right here, add food. It's going to come back up with all the different food options. The search bar, you're just going to hit the scan button again. And now I have some hamburgers. So just find the UPC code and hover your camera until it comes close. There we go. It sees these are organic grass-fed beef patties. And then I'm just going to flip it over to double check it. 240, 17 grams of fat, carbohydrates. Yes, so this one's totally right, which is most of the time. Sorry that the hamburgers and buns came up first as wrong. I don't want to scare you, but most of the time it's right. And then even easy stuff like this, ketchup. Okay, so once you see it's right, just click the check button and it'll add it. Okay, and then another one, I'm going to add one more thing for our demo. So I'm going to go back to that scan button. Okay, got ketchup, find the UPC code, scan it in. Cool, so ketchup, and this looks good, 20 calories, 5 grams protein. Yes, that's all good. So I'm gonna hit the check mark button. Now you'll see my dinner's all entered. And I do this ahead of time with the big things, the protein, the carbs, and the fat. So I want to be sure to do it with the burger. I'll actually have a chicken sausage too to make sure I get enough protein. But I won't do a bun with that because that's sort of how my macros are. Like I have enough for like one bun, but not 2. So that's cool. What I'm going to do now is go back because I noticed that the buns were not right. So I'm going to go to my dinner where it's pre-programmed and I'm just going to swipe it to the left and then it says delete. I'm going to delete that, gone. And now I'm going to add my own that's corrected. So what you're going to do is go to the bottom hit that add button again. Oops, I tapped on the wrong thing. I hit that add button. Okay, you're gonna add food and then dinner. Okay, so that search bar comes up. And now, and sometimes I might look at it and decide, you know what, the macros are not correct 100%, but they're close enough that I'm just gonna kind of like leave it if it's off just by 1 or 2. But I want to show you how to correct it in this one. So you can, if you want to add your own food, that's correct. You're going to go to this plus button at the very top right here, very top right, hit that plus button, and it will ask you to add item. Quick add, barcode, create a recipe, create a meal, or create a food. So, and I'll have a different whole video about creating recipes and meals because that's also a very convenient feature. But for today, to add just one item, you're going to create a food. Okay, so now it asks you, you have to type in a little bit of information. This is more work than scanning. And when I do this, to know that it's my corrected version, I'll put my initials, AMT, and then I'll put corrected. Then I'll put Trader Joe's. Description, hamburger, buns. And you need to do all 4 of these. So you type serving size, 1 bun, and then tap servings per container. There's 8 in here. Then you hit this forward arrow at the top. Okay, and you're going to create the food according to the actual label. So 140, carbohydrates are 26. Tap the next one. Protein is 4 and fat is 2. Okay, so you only have to do the calories, protein, carbs, and fat. I'm going to hit the check mark and it's going to ask me, do I want to add more additional nutrient information? If you're tracking something special, like for example, if you're tracking sodium, if you're tracking fiber, cool, go ahead and add that. Otherwise, you don't have to. It's just sort of like a little check, and so you can say no thanks, or you can go back and add it. So I'm going to say no thanks because we're just tracking macros. And now that is added right here. Hamburger buns, AMT corrected, Trader Joe's. So now what if like a week or 2, you have the same hamburger buns and you try to scan it, you remember, oh yeah, this is wrong. Well, the cool thing is you can search for it because it's added it, it's remembering it as your food. So I do all mine with my initials so that I search and everything that I've added comes up. So now when I search, to get to that, remember you're going to add food. It goes to the search option. I'm going to type that search bar, just tap it at the top, and I'm going to type in AMT search. Okay, that didn't work so great. If I just type in AMT, all of my stuff comes up. So I didn't even hit enter. I just typed in AMT and it's sort of searching as you type. So this is everything that I've ever added. A salad that I use regularly, kale. I've corrected the carb balance tortillas. So those are like AMT corrected. So that's a really nice feature too. Once you create a food, it'll be in there. So I would recommend to put it by your initials so that you can find it and know that that's the one where you did it correct. Okay, so good luck with that. Play around with it. Have fun. Let me know if you have any questions, and good luck.